and welcome to another episode of Popkait's Corner. Today, as we were last week, we are joined by the one and only, the most wonderful person in the world, Dustless Path! Woo!
Hello.
And today we are talking about Destiny 2 and all the things that have happened in the past, all of their new seasons. We're on the season of the Lost. The Witch Queen is coming in February. So buckle up, because we're gonna knock out these space creatures and have a little ghost buddy on the side.
Nice.
Thank you. Did I hit all the high points?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. You officially answered every single one of the questions I wrote down just in your
Yes,
intro.
I was trying to mess up your plan, and I did it.
All right, well, podcast over.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
So, are you excited about the Witch Queen?
I am for sure. It's I think with this season, and then with this season going into that's into February, like
Oh yeah,
the story is just like it's there's no breaks right now. So
Yep.
it's like it's just going, and it's gonna be good. So I'm very excited.
because the season of the Lost just started. We haven't done any of it. Do you buy the season pass?
Mhm.
What is your
Yeah.
level so far?
Like 30 something.
Oh my god, how do you do it? Is it just quests?
Hey, no,
Bounties?
yeah, just bounties, quests. They've got the little like weekly like
Are you writing it
they're
down?
not triumphs, but like weekly things that you can do. And
Those-
they give
those
you
are
like
what-
a
yeah.
lot more XP. And then
Yeah.
they have like in those they have the regular ones will give you a lot of XP, but then they have like the plus ones will give you a whole lot more XP. So like it's just doing those and getting bounties and like I've already seen some people like I was playing Iron Banner last night and I saw people that were in the hundreds already.
Yeah.
So it's
I know.
like
I hate those
it's-
people, man.
And the fact that we still have 175 days worth of this season left, I'm like, they're gonna hit 1,000 probably.
You capped it out.
We're a
It's
really
insane.
cool
We were like 6 or 7.
no, I thought we got up to 9.
Yeah.
Oh, did we? Wow, we're really good.
We're a
There
cool
you go,
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it helps that we probably need to play every week.
I know. Well, part of the problem is I know like their weekly bounties. A lot of them are set in like the Crucible or Gambit, and
Uh-huh.
I'm not good at those. Those aren't my forte. That's a nice
Yeah.
way of saying it. I was like,
Well,
what's a nice way?
The good thing is they've changed it up a little bit. That's,
Okay.
that's some things that this season they've really like focused on helping out players like you guys. You know,
Okay.
like the people that just play like 2-3
Casuals.
hours.
Yeah.
Casual. Stuff like that. And now you don't necessarily have to do bounties. Like
Yeah.
you can just do strikes or what are nightfall, like the stuff like that. You can just do it because you get XP throughout all of that. And then it's a new thing to change that because Crucible, they used to have the thing where you level up and you get the ranks and stuff like that. Well, now they have that for strikes.
Vanguard,
And they have
yeah.
that for Gambit. And you don't even really have to do a whole lot because like you just play and you'll get gear and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just leveling up, which is fantastic.
Right, because
And,
previously they did it the old school way,
Mhm.
and it was like, I told you we had 15 minutes. Previously they did it the old school way, which is kind of like how the gun Banshee still does, and
Mhm.
like you would always just get really underpowered weapons and things like that. Like you couldn't ever like get nice stuff. Anyway, this podcast is going really well.
Get him so fast.
How do I get him so fast? You gotta get down to his level.
Yeah, on the floor with him.
Yeah. All right, hang on one second.
You gotta leave this in. This has to stay in.
You got him.
That's got to stay in. You need a good blooper reel.
Yeah.
All right, catch me back up.
So we were talking about how they updated the Vanguard so that it was a little
Yeah.
bit more friendly in the same way that the Crucible and Gambit have been for a little bit.
Mm.
I am excited about that because that is how I like to play. Because
Mhm.
look, I really love video games, but I wouldn't say that I'm good at video games.
Especially in the competitive space.
Especially on the competitive space. So we played the Crucible because, they had the gear for around Destiny Day or Bungie Day.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to, what is it called?
It was the
Solstice?
Solstice event.
Solstice event.
Stuff,
Yeah, and you had to, so you could get the magnificent version of it, you had to defeat like 25 Guardians or something like that.
Yeah.
And Caitlin was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. Dang it. And I did it, but it also took like 10 rounds, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
we were literally nickel and diming.
Yeah.
Like a person or two every time. So.
Look, if my kill death average is 0.5, I'm feel like I'm doing okay. But when it's much higher than that, I'm like, yeah, this isn't.
That's funny.
So
no, they've changed a lot on just the way they experience, the way that you can just play now, and it's fantastic. And they have the seasonal like ritual weapon tribute or whatever they want to call it. I don't remember what they call it now, but like this season it's a rocket launcher. Well, you had to do a quest. Whoops, sorry, hit the mic. You had to do a quest to get it, and that quest was like you could do. Well, actually, sorry, no, I'm not remembering right. You could pick the weapon, and then you had to do after you pick up the weapon, you had to do a quest, and then you had to do 3 quests to get like the shaders for all 3.
All the different, you had like the Crucible, you had the
exactly, and like now what they do is it's a reward out of all 3 vendors. Like you can get it once, but like it's all 3 vendors rewards, and you get it like level 16 out of the vendor.
That's cool.
And then they changed that part, which I haven't hit 16 on anybody yet. I think I'm almost there, but so I kind of like how they did that because they've tied it more into
the leveling system with those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier for people because I think that was a big complaint with people were like, well, I want it, but I can't get it because I got so much Crucible stuff I have to do, and I don't like Crucible, so it's like now you can get it,
Like last season, I think it was the Null Composure. It was like that fusion rifle, and I thought the same thing because like I got it pretty quickly. I got the thing for the Vanguard pretty quickly, and then Gambit. I play Gambit and I like Gambit, but when I went and did Crucible, I was like, this is just gonna take me fuck all. I'm never gonna do this because I just don't I just can't get kills fast enough. So.
And fusion rifles were in a really terrible state back then too. And when we saw that, and like when they were like, "Oh, it's fusion rifle, we got to get kills in like Crucible with it," we're like, "That's gonna suck."
Yeah. It's hard.
Because there's so many other guns out there that just
do way better,
especially with the shotgun beta that was.
That
season 2 was just terrible.
Yeah,
and with this season, they've changed that a little bit, and shotguns are a little different, and now it's like sort of competitive to play with a fusion rifle, but not really. I mean, it's just not. There's like 1 or 2 that are okay.
I mean, if you're gonna it's always been the case in online shooters that if you can just get a shotgun and hide and hug the corners and stuff like that, you can do well. But if you're an impatient asshole like I am, and you're gonna run out in the middle of the thing, I wish that I was good at Destiny's Crucible. I wish. I really do.
Yeah.
So the rewards always seem better.
Man, I really didn't get good at it until the end of Destiny 1.
Yeah.
And that's kind of I got to the point where that's all I would play. Like I would just get on Destiny and play like
just a couple of rounds
like
of Crucible.
5 or 6 hours. Yeah, 5 or 6 hours worth of Crucible, and then. Do
you usually do like the control game type, or do you do like the Rumble or whatever the solo?
I don't really like Rumble, and I think that's why I've not gotten any better.
You peaked
on teammates for like yeah. But because the people that play Rumble, dude, they're
good.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, I usually I'll play Control, or I'll play Clash or Momentum Control, or stuff like that. Like I don't really play any of the
single player stuff.
Yeah.
No. Caitlin, you haven't played Gambit that much, have you?
I don't think I've played Gambit at all.
Ever?
Yeah, I don't think I've only done Crucible. Well, you were like, look, I'm not good at Gambit, so if I'm not good at Gambit, you're really gonna hate Gambit. And I was like, okay, well, I've never played.
I mean, I like Gambit. I like because it's like both PvP and PvE at the same time. But I was gonna ask you what you thought of it, Justin.
Oh boy! All right, strap in on this one.
Okay, hang on.
I have a lot of opinions on this one. Gambit as a game type is fantastic. As an idea on paper, Gambit is amazing. Because right now, there's not a game out there that has a game type like Gambit.
Yeah,
there's just not a whole lot out there.
It's really like yeah, it's unique.
It's very unique, and it's fun. Except for there's some things that just makes it not fun. And the main one of that is you get in like these 4 stacks that get in and just melt the boss immediately. Like as soon as it pops up, it's gone.
Yep.
That needs to change. Personally, I love Gambit. I love it a lot. Like just I like both sides of it. Like I'll go through. I'll be invader. I'll PvP. I'll also we'll do moats if I need to. Like if I don't feel like everybody's doing moats, then I'll go through and kill everything and kill moats, put them in. Like I don't care. It's fine. It's fun. But like, opinion for me, they need to change how the boss mechanic works. So there's the everybody called it the meatball. It's the taking big eyeball guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So throughout when he pops up and throughout that fight, he goes immune. Does little balls, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you have to kill the little things, and then it goes immune, and you can shoot him again. I feel like they need to implement that for all the bosses in a sense of like a health gated like stepping stone kind of thing.
Right, to keep it from just like melting it as soon as he spawns. Yeah.
Because some of those bosses, like the Taken one, they're all Taken. The Taken captain. When he spawns in, you can actually stun lock him with melees.
Yeah.
You just walk up and punch him. It doesn't matter who it is, Warlock, Titan, Hunter, whatever. If you just punch him and melee him, he won't do anything. He'll just like stun lock.
And then your team can just eradicate
just kill him, and they don't have to worry about it. And I think the ogre. Honestly, I think you can do it with all of them. It just depends on whatever.
The ogre just has the very quick melt you thing. So
if you also letting him like shoot his little eyeball beams, like it's gonna hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
it only takes a few to kill you on that.
Yeah, one. I think like, that. I feel like they were relying a little too heavily on the invader coming in and being the thing that would pull you back. And in my experience, the invader is almost never as successful as they should be. So
I think I'll get like a 4-piece like every like 6 or 7 invades maybe. Like I always get at least a kill when I invade. Unless the other team's just ridiculous, and sometimes they are.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes
where I like came in and it's soon as I spawn in, I'm dead. Like it's just instant. They just know where you're at.
It's just like they kind of know. I don't understand it. So.
Yeah, people know where the spawns are. I don't. Yeah, I've been playing it since it came out. I have no idea where the invader spawns. I just don't. And maybe it's just because I haven't looked it up, but it's people just know.
Yeah.
No, like I know like what side of the map to look at. Like if it's like okay, it's on. Look at the left side. Nothing. Look at the right side. Okay, he might be over there. It's just, like, that's all I know.
He's creeping. I know it.
You're right. I saw something on Reddit the other day so they were talking about a mechanic that would really play into the whole Gambit theme, like the name of the actual thing.
Yeah.
And you would wager moats when you went over to invade.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
So like, you would wager however the moats, some of the moats you had. So like say like you get in and you die instantly, like you lose 20 moats or something like that. Like the more time you spend over there, or like the more kills you get while you're over there, up to 4, you lose less, moats or whatever. So if like you get in and get 2 kills and you lose like 10 moats or whatever.
Right, because right now it's set up to be like entirely a negative to the other team. Like they lose their moats if they're for that, or the boss gets more health back or something like that. So
yeah. And they also, another one was if you go over and you have the boss up on your side and you go over and invade, when you die, it heals the boss. like your boss.
That'd be because that would slow them down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So and I thought that was really cool because most of the time the teams that are like melting their bosses are also invading a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, that could be a thing where, they're invading, but they're also melting. But every time their invader dies, and their health, like the health on their boss, goes up. So
right.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of things they could do to change.
Yeah. No, honestly, the thing that you mentioned that I think is the best is probably doing immunity gates and like creating stepping stones to beating the final boss, rather than just like everybody save your heavy until right now.
Exactly.
So
and there's heavies out there and enough things that can stack on top of stuff that melting the boss is super easy.
Yeah, but if you have to redirect and like you time everything right, then at least the game stays interesting.
Exactly. So. And it gives you time to come back, because like if you get a team that like, because the way the invasion things work now, it's like it's a time gated thing where when the other team gets their boss, I think the portal's up every like 10 or 15 seconds or something like that. But if you go over and you don't do anything and you die and come back, you gotta wait like 15 seconds to get back over there. Well, in that 15 seconds, they could take out 90% of the health. And by the time you get through the portal and get over there, it's over.
Yeah, you don't even have enough time to get to them to even get a kill. So
yeah, and so there's definitely some stuff they can work on and change, and I'm sure they are. That's the thing, is we don't know what Bungie's doing.
Yeah,
we don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. They might have the perfect idea for it that we don't know about, that we haven't thought about yet, and they may be waiting to put that out there. So who knows?
That's true.
I hope they're changing it. I want to love Gambit more than I already do like it, but it needs some work.
Yeah, I totally agree. For me, more than anything, I wish that they would, because right now matchmaking it's all connection based, right? Like they don't do besides the like competitive play. Because it doesn't seem like I'm getting matched with people who are my skill level. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because I think that's I think that's the big complaint with this season. Is a lot of people were like, "Oh man, skill-based matchmaking is back on in the regular stuff," and everybody's like, "No, it's not." Like and even Damage, from Bungie even came out and said he gets complaints about it all the time, but they'll go back and look at their, the players' reports and stuff like that, and it's like, people will say it's skill-based matchmaking, but then drop a 40 bomb on the other team. So it's like, is it though? Like, you're just saying that, So I think right now it's all connection-based.
I would think that's the one thing that I wish that there was more of, because like I would feel like I would get better if I was playing against people that were more my skill level. And right now I play against people who just stomp on me, which makes the experience not fun. I don't even want to grind to try and get better.
Right. Exactly.
But like things like Gambit and Control and stuff like that, where you have teammates, like it mitigates that. But definitely Rumble, you just get nasty. But
the thing that we're experiencing a lot lately that we've been playing is, and this is just, in the missions and stuff, is you usually need a third person. And our third person always drops out. And then we don't, we'll get 2 or 3 other people, and they continue to do the same thing until we're finally at the end boss, and then we'll get someone who sticks with us. And I don't know if it's because it's crossplay now, or if
they're just trying to drop in.
Yeah, trying to drop in for the little bit. But it's been kind of irritating because we can do it just the 2 of us just fine, but to have someone come in and then the different play styles and how they are, because if someone's super aggressive, I don't always like playing with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just been kind of annoying. So that's been my big complaint so far. It's be consistent.
Those people that just want to roll through and just speed run all the strikes and stuff like that. No, I feel you, because it's because sometimes in those strikes you're trying to get stuff done too.
Yeah.
You got bounties, you got things you want to do. You do that, and then you get these 2 people, or the person that just speed runs everything just pulls you forward all the time. And you're like, dude, really? Just. It's
I just need to kill 6 harpies, and there are always 6 harpies here, but every time we come in here, this dude kills all the fucking harpies.
Yeah. That's what I had, that one bounty.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Which one?
Are they chosen? The guys, the weird ones that have the weird metal helmets, and they have the torch.
They're the weird fallen, the ones that have the weird powers up. I can't think of what their names are.
I had one that was you have to kill them in a strike, and I was like, okay, and or not strike. Yeah, it was
a strike.
Yeah, and I was like, take us to strikes that have these, and they were always only in the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are they called? Are they not chosen?
Are they? I don't think they're called chosen.
No, it's not chosen. Jeez, wow, I'm fantastic. I'll figure it out. Next question.
I was like, I'm not even really sure what to look up. I was like, the Fallen, but with like all the cool elemental powers.
I really don't like them. They're like my least favorite.
They're my least favorite too. I hate the little crab walking babies.
Scorn! That's
Yes.
what they're called.
They're stupid crab walking babies that come up and blow you up are the worst.
Dude, they're like this season they have them as like the crap. The champions now,
Yeah.
you stun them and like overload and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're like super easy to kill.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but like especially the overload champions, and like you just because the only overload you have now is a bow, and like I use Trinity Ghoul, which is the electric like three arrow one, and like you stun them on that, and then like they're dead within like 2 or 3 other shots. Like you throw a grenade on them, a couple shots, and they're dead.
Yeah, the stun mechanic this season seems like it's pretty like it's way more effective than it was last season.
Yeah.
I felt like when we stunned people last season, I was like, well, fuck. Now I all right.
I really like this.
At least they're not shooting at me anymore.
I really like the Spicer stuff, but then I felt like the ending. I was like, okay, it's the last week, and I was like, I saw everyone talking about it, and then we did it, and I was like, that's it. I felt like it wasn't over to me. Like I felt like it. I was like,
it was an opening. Like it was definitely like the beginning of this stuff now. Like it wasn't the ending of that. It was the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was the whole with Osiris ended up being Savathun and all that kind of stuff. Like it's and nobody believing that it was him. All that kind of stuff like that. It was definitely a weird ending. Like it did a good job telling the story of like the Fallen and how we've treated them and stuff like that.
Maybe we haven't been the best.
And her racist ass, like
and we got rid of entirely the factions. Like that's just done.
Yeah. That's what the joke was. It was like, all right, well now we don't have to worry about faction wars because Bungie just told them to get out. He just killed off all the factions.
I will admit, I was like, because Nicholas was like, and Osiris is bad, and I was like, Osiris was bad, because I was like.
She thought Osiris was Crow.
I thought Osiris was Crow. And I thought you were just calling Crow Osiris. So I was like, but I thought, like, we just went through this whole...
He was bad. Yeah, I remember that. And then we made him good. And
then... I was bad again. Dude, no, it's kind of funny. If you go back and listen to some of the old stuff, like from the season past, and like where Osiris is in it, like some of just his voice lines and stuff, like it makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Like I randomly, my Titan didn't do the battleground stuff on my Titan. The whole Cabal stuff that they had with Kaido and whatnot.
So you are a Titan.
Like, well, I'm a Warlock main, but like I play all three when I do. I just. I like whenever I want to feel like not playing a Warlock, I'll play something else. But I like just went over there and like because that thing was on my map and it just kept annoying me, so I just went over there and talked to it.
Yeah.
And there was a whole Osiris was in there talking about it, and it was talking about how he was able to he's like I blended in with all these people for so long and stuff like that, and I was like. Son of a bitch!
They've been putting the breadcrumbs.
It's here all the time.
Right here, right now. Sat through the whole time.
Yeah.
We missed all of it.
Apparently, there's a ton of lore stuff that you're not sure who is like writing this down, and it's just like talking about how I was hanging out and I was watching the Crucible match, and I just hate these like nasty people doing stuff. So like they've been doing this Savathun thing for a while, and
we just were fools.
We're so naive.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like you have one of the lore books. I don't remember the name of it because I don't remember the names of any of the books. But
that's okay.
It was literally like going through talking about how like it was just Savathun walking among the people.
Mm-hmm.
She had shapeshifted into something, and like it never said what she shifted into, but like just the way she talked, it was like she saw everything. Like she just was in the city constantly.
Yeah,
and you know, and then it turned out to be, you know, Osiris. So it's like, yeah, he had anything and anywhere she could go, she could, you know.
So here's a question though. Osiris had his ghost. Was the ghost even fooled? The ghost was like, yeah, no.
See, I don't.
Is
I'm
Osiris
not really
dead?
sure.
So Zavathun said that he's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm yeah, I don't know who to believe because
Yeah.
she's
She did lie about.
trickery,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I don't know if she didn't. I don't know if that's the thing. I think Savathun took over Osiris after Sagira died.
Gotcha,
After she
okay.
was, so I think he was like close to like crossing over in the darkness, like because he'd been like in the forest for so long and all that kind of stuff, and then like Sagira died, and then it just pushed him over the edge, and then Savathun was able to like.
she's like,
take
"What's
control.
up?
What's up?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
right?
How you
As soon as
doing?"
that happened, she's like hello.
I am pumped to see basically how Zavathun gets us fucks us here in the end, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know
Honestly.
their words for it beyond that.
I genuinely think it's gonna be, you know, it's always been a meme, but the 15th wish and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what we're doing with this season is, you know,
Yeah.
we're gathering all the Techians, right?
Yep.
So the Techians are the ones that created the wish wall in the raid. So what I get people's assumption is that we're gonna gather all the Techians. They're gonna be able to do one final wish, which is be the 15th wish. And then Mara's going to wish away Savathun's worm, and that's somehow inadvertently going to give Savathun the power to, you know,
capture the light.
Yeah. But I actually don't think it's going to be the light. You know, it looks like obviously, like, you know, they have their little, you know, hive ghosts and stuff like that.
And they definitely are using powers that are similar to Guardians.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure if it's going to be like. Because, you know, Warwick's had the take-in power. You know, you can take over, you know, you can take the other enemies. It might be because she's the one technically controlling the take-in right now. Like,
right.
It's, you know, it maybe is some form of that. I don't really know. I'm interested to see where it goes, but
that would be interesting.
But that's the assumption so far.
Yeah, I totally think it's going to be the light, and that she's going to be able to capture it. Maybe she'll get like a piece of the Traveler or something like that. Because we've seen in the past that like pieces of the Traveler are enough in most cases.
When are we gonna win? When are things gonna be good?
Probably never.
The game has to happen, Caitlin.
I know. It's just been so dark, so sad.
So I had this written down because this is one of my favorite. Like one of the things I'm most excited about is the weapon crafting. That's coming for the Witch Queen. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I know you're pumped for it. This is something that like I feel when they first teased Destiny all the way back in forever ago.
Yeah.
2014-ish, because it came out shortly after we got married, right?
Because
we were in the duplex.
Yeah.
And that was something they teased all the way up to development, and then it ended up not making it into that game. And you were like, I just really wanted that. I'm like super bummed about it.
Yeah.
So I know you're pumped.
I am pumped. I'm very pumped for it. But I don't want to.
I love customizing things, so I'm curious, but I don't know if I really will care. I want more cool shaders and stuff. I like looking cool more than, you know me.
Than being cool.
Yeah.
That's the end game in Destiny, really, is the fashion game. Like, I look good.
Yeah.
You have to.
As people make fun of you, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to look like a loser.
Right?
So what are your thoughts?
I'm interested to see it and see how they implement it. They talked about it being like that's how we get our raid weapons is we do the raid and we get the like material and then we craft the raid weapon.
Right.
That's gonna be interesting. I don't know. Like, I would like to know kind of like how in depth it's gonna get to crafting these weapons. Like,
or is it just you get the pieces and put them in? Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just drops the gun and it's got the curator rolls and stuff like that. It's just like, are we gonna get to kind of choose our roles?
That's what I'm hopeful for. Yeah, I feel like maybe you don't get to choose your roles necessarily, but like you get the the longer gun shaft or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that means that the rolls that you have access to if you use that in the creation of the weapon is like a subset of what the full rolls for the gun is. So I don't know. That's
Is that kind of like they did in what season was that? The one where we were going through and doing the like the chalice season. What season was that? Where you put in like the little things and like depending on what order you put them in, you got a certain gun and how it was rolled.
Yeah.
It's gonna like kind of turn into kind of like that, which that was fine, except for like it was super easy to get like god tier rolls, and then Bungie took that out and they wouldn't. They were like, we don't want to do that anymore. What happens?
It's just frustrating because like like you total RNG to get a nice roll sucks, and so like basically making it where you get a thing and this thing kind of like curates the rolls a little bit. I really like the idea of that. And they've gone the route of like in the last season and this season where you unlock the specific like umbral Ingram affinities so that you can like get certain rolls that correlate to like different aspects of it. So I think it would be cool because I've been trying really hard to like understand the meta and that sort of thing, and then it's like, oh, so you need a gun that has rampage, or you need a gun with kill clip or whatever and you want to make sure that you have those, and then it's just such a grind to try and get those particular guns or anything like that. So
it's I do like the whole the umbral engrams and the fact of like armor, because like you can they have all the ones now. It's like, okay, well, if you want this season armor, and then you want to roll high intellect or high discipline or whatever, like that's super nice because
you can cultivate your playstyle a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. And I run like, especially my warlock, like I want my intellect and I want my discipline high because I love using grenades and I like having my super a lot. But like on my Titan, I kind of keep it, even. I don't know. My Titan, I don't really care. Like it's I can.
You're just like a big
style and stuff. Yeah, right. Like you're gonna be a little tanky either way, but
that's how you say it.
Yeah, it's all that. Man, my hunter
man.
I'm also a warlock main. I'm all about my melee. I like my guns, but I love my melee, and that's how I mainly kill people. I mean, that's part of the reason I didn't like the what is the thing that they added on the like shattered stuff.
Oh, the new stasis.
Yeah, I didn't like the stasis for warlock. I felt like it was like kind of disappointing.
The little like you just shoot the little staff at people. Yeah. And then they took it. They like lowered the range on it too. So and it doesn't go as far. Which
what's your element of choice?
Usually void for my warlock.
Okay.
I'll like for raids and stuff, I'll go solar just for the well.
Yeah.
And then I really don't touch stasis that much on my warlock at all. Just haven't really.
I'm also.
I mean, I have, but it's just.
It's not as enjoyable.
Super great. Yeah.
I'm also a solar warlock. That's what I like to. I like my fire powers. Void, I don't mind. The electricity one, I don't remember what it's called. Arc, that's right. I was like, static shock. It's hit and miss with me. Sometimes I'm like, I don't mind it. Sometimes I'll go to it. And sometimes I'm like, you're just not as good as my fire powers.
The arc warlock needs some serious love. Like, it's just not like, oh shoot, what's the middle tree? I don't remember the names.
It's all good. Yeah.
It's really the only one that's decent.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's not super great. Like, it's okay. It's okay boss damage sometimes. Like they've changed some stuff up with it recently, but like the good thing, the only reason it is for me that it feels so good is because you have the little like when you get a precision kill, you get the little like trail of stuff that comes back to you, and like it makes your abilities regen faster.
Yeah,
which is really nice because then you can have your melee and grenades all the time. That's really nice, and I like that. But the other two trees, like top and bottom tree, it's not super
it's not great.
They're not good at all.
No.
And then the top tree Dawnblade,
Mm-hmm.
it was so good because it was an actual, finally a like mobility class, because you had the Icarus Dash, and you had 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And now they changed it, and because they were like, oh, it's too fast. We don't want you to move that quick. So now you have 1 dash with a 14-second cooldown.
Yeah.
And I think it's a 24-second cooldown now, actually. So it's like super long.
It's not even worth using.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, at that point, like, because used to that's what I would use in PvP, is that top tree, because you could just jump up and like
dash around the
out
map
way and stuff.
Yeah.
And people were mad because they took that away, and then they put out the Radiant Dance machines from D1 for the hunters.
Yeah.
And they gave hunters in like unlimited dodges.
Oh my god.
Like, it was ridiculous. Like, it was so dumb. Like how I mean, obviously they've changed it since then, but they fixed the pants. But it's like, really, like, you give the most mobile class even more mobility, and then you give us nothing. You take it away from us. Like,
how dare you? Why could you do this?
I know, right? It's like, at this point, Titans are more mobile than Warlocks, which is stupid.
Yeah, it makes no sense. No, they're Titans. I explained what they were.
They're just big boys.
Yeah.
Rocking walls. Like, there's no way they should be able to be faster
Yeah.
than a Warlock.
No.
I play as a hunter mostly, and I'm always
do.
like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should go to Titan, because I just need to be able to take damage, because I'm not fast enough.
Yeah.
The mobility, my stupid hands don't work right. So
With the keyboard.
with the keyboard and mouse, it doesn't matter. The thing.
I always have to look and see where my hands are going. It's like when I'm trying to type. It's like I got to see where the
Where
type
they-
And you're like,
Yeah.
hang on, what's up? Okay, all right. No, but I like doing the Void Hunter. He's my favorite.
I don't always like
Yeah.
doing the Warlock jump. That one, especially with this like new. We were trying to find all of those things in this new season. What were they?
What were they? We were finding those.
Is it like the patch notes and stuff?
No, not
Updates?
not no. Not the,
Oh, sorry.
You sounded super cool.
They
but-
were actually they were the just the little collectible things that are in there. They were one of the anchors. That's what they're called.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there was one that you had to jump on, and
You had to go to the top part of the church, but you had to go grab the barrier breaker thing first, and then run back and go up there. And like, I went and did it. I'm a hunter, so I was just like boop, bop, 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 and then it was whatever.
Right.
And then she went to go do it, and her just jump would just quit on her every fucking time.
I gave my controller to
Like,
you, and then you still had trouble.
I was like, okay,
Do you know what jump you're using for Warlock?
do you know?
The one that goes.
Does that help? Have you narrowed? Has it narrowed it down?
You know, you know.
I'll tell you, if you use Burst Glide, the middle one, it's
Yeah.
the better one.
I think that's the one I'm using, right?
I don't know what you're using. I have never looked to see. And
I will-
I've
I
never
will check
played as a
that
warlock,
out.
so I genuinely do not know.
I just know
that's-
I
yeah,
don't
the
always
middle
feel
one's
like I get a lot of height. I just go really far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then you might be using the first one. I can't
Okay.
remember.
Well,
It's-
we
I've
can't
never
switch
changed-
now. She'll never adjust.
Yeah.
I put Burst Glide on like the minute Destiny came out, and I've never changed it. It's like that's the one to use.
Well,
so,
I'm writing it down, so I
Okay.
Burst glide.
yeah, it's the middle. It's the middle jump.
Okay.
I
But
bet you're
dude,
still
I'll
using the
admit
first one.
though, like Warlock's, like I don't know how many times where I've been running, and there's like the ledge, and I go to jump, and like I just fall. Like,
Yeah, because it
doesn't,
doesn't give
like-
you.
It uses
Yeah.
whatever your current momentum was is like the way you're gonna go.
Yeah, well, you think if you run really fast, you should be able to go.
Right, and that's the thing, is it should, but like with for some reason in this game, because it does take, like, especially with Titans and Warlocks, the momentum is what carries you.
Yeah.
But like for some reason, and it's mainly just Warlocks, you can just be running and it'll just eat your jump. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
when you hit
yeah.
the button to jump, it doesn't do it, and you just fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen on a Titan. I've literally like watched all my friends that play Titans. They've never had any issues like that. And then, but like, I'll watch me and the other Warlocks, and we'll literally just be
Just like-
running, and we'll go to jump and just fall over. And it's
I-
like, really? Like, what the heck?
I
It's
know
like, did I trip on
exactly.
my roof? Like, what?
Yeah, because I'll be like, hey, Nicholas, I need you to come revive me. I fell off the edge.
Yeah. And like
it's stupid stuff.
Or you know what? You just go all the way.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
I'll respawn
And
eventually.
I'll respawn.
Pull me out. Yeah, I'll respawn up there. Just pull me up. It's fine.
Yeah. See, you're learning
it's
how I
bad,
play
man.
Destiny, and it's not great. That's what you're.
It seems fine to me, honestly. I don't think you're doing anything wrong.
Oh,
It's,
thank
you
God.
know.
Okay, good. I always just thought I just don't understand this jump. Every time I have to help with anything like that, and I'm
Yeah.
like doing it, I'm like, I just don't get the momentum thing. It's just like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me. And being a hunter the whole time, where it's just like, okay, I'm ready to change my momentum in whatever the fuck direction I want. So
But I
Exactly,
sometimes
yeah.
seem like I can go like way like you're always all the way behind, and I'm still like,
I know.
and I'm like, haha.
It's like whenever we go to like drop down into anything like that, I just like literally just fall all the way, and Caitlin just like gently flutters down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I look
That's
up,
'cause
and then she's just like,
we're like sort of majestic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
me, I fell, and then at the last second, I like jumped one more time. I was like, yeah, that's fucking
Right.
cool. And then Mary Poppins comes down, so
Unless you do it too long, and then you just like.
I didn't fall anyway.
That's the thing about Titans. If you do that with Titans, they'll just like drop, and you gotta do their activate their jump a little early, because if not, they'll just like smack the ground. They don't even do anything.
Oh no, the worst ones is like when you do fall off an edge, but you've used your like jump, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna die, but you need to give me like 10 seconds because I'm still floating in the air.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna cancel it. There might be a way to
No,
salvage
you,
this.
You don't.
Yeah.
You absolutely don't cancel it. When if it's going, you leave it. You keep going.
Yeah.
Don't stop it.
So this is a big question, okay?
Okay, I don't
Right.
think I'll be able to answer it. But...
No, well, it's specifically for Justin.
Okay.
Okay.
Will you take us through a raid?
Oh, I see you.
All right,
We try to raid like all the time, man. We usually schedule them like a week out. So if you just give me time and day you guys are available, we'll get you all set up.
Oh,
yeah,
heck yes.
That's what Nicholas is always like. Do you think we'll ever find anyone to raid with? And I'm like, I only know Justin.
Well, dude, with crossplay, like it makes it so much easier now, because
Yeah.
like that I knew it was gonna happen. Like when they
Oh,
put
yeah.
in the
Oh,
cross
yeah.
save,
Mhm.
like putting cross save, it just put in new life to Destiny.
Oh,
Yeah.
it did.
And I knew, I was like, okay, as good as this went, as nice as this went through, and people are so happy with it, when they put in crossplay, this game is going to explode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it has. It
Mhm.
literally has. Like there's
yeah.
so many people that are so happy that it's crossplay now. And the fact that and then they have cross like voice chat. So now they implemented that. So you can talk to your friends, on Xbox or
You don't have
PlayStation
to
or
like
Stadia
have
or
your
whatever.
phone set out. Yeah.
Exactly. Like that's the thing is like because right now, like when I play with my friends, they play on Xbox, play on PC. I do the Windows G with the Xbox app, pop it up, get into an Xbox party, and it's perfect.
Yep.
But you don't even have to have that now. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah. That's what
So
I'm.
it's like
Yeah. Continue. What you
I can't like it's made me so happy for Destiny, because it's it's been one of those things where like is Destiny gonna die out soon? It's not. I mean, it never has had that thing, but people are like but no, not with this. Not since crossplay, dude. It's fantastic.
Crossplay is the future. I just
I
don't
agree.
understand
Yeah.
why. Like I understood back in the day why game companies didn't do it. Like they were using like part of the appeal of getting
The console.
a
Well,
console
they
was that
also
you
like
had the
Yeah,
look at what
Exactly.
PlayStation has done is they've
Mhm.
literally bought out
a bunch of studios,
so many
that they can
studios.
have.
Mhm.
and that's where they're getting their money is from
Mhm.
PlayStation. So they're
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'm going to stay there. But they are starting to do this thing. And you're seeing it with like Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff where they're like, yeah, we're PlayStation exclusive for a year.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the big kicker is like they're doing like the year-long contracts and stuff like that. That was like to get off topic of Destiny, but like Fall Guys. Fall
Yeah.
Guys was
Oh, yeah.
purely a PlayStation and PC exclusive game,
Mhm.
and then I think the end of this year or sometime next year, like it'll be on Game Pass for
Yeah.
Xbox. So it's
Mhm.
like it's there a lot of things are getting to that, which that's better, but it's not really
Yeah.
I would prefer not to have any exclusivity. Like I want
I agree.
everything to
Yeah.
be playable on whatever.
No, I
So.
fully expect or what I keep wanting to happen is that both PlayStation and Xbox just move to, they release like a very nice gaming PC. Like that's what they do now.
I'm
And
surprised they haven't invested in that.
yeah, I mean, because that seems like what Xbox is already fucking doing for the most part. So.
Yeah. Well, it's like, honestly, at some point they could just start selling like a $300 or $400 like piece of like a graphics card or something to put in the PC.
Yep.
And you can do stuff like that. Like it's
well, it's even like the service. Like if PlayStation would literally create a gaming service similar to Xbox, I'd sign up for it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many games that I want to play, but like our PlayStation, and this is what I'll give PlayStation with the PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One. Our Xbox One, like we got one and it died, and we got another one and it's always been like, maybe we'll survive. But that PlayStation, I bought it. I got it the night that it dropped. Yep. It was my first pre-ordered console, and it's still going. It still goes. I mean, it sounds like it's dying. It's like, but
I was playing God of War 4, and the poor thing was just like taking the fuck off the entire time.
But if they would just, if they would just release these games on PC as well, like I would play them, because this is where I like to play video games, or Nintendo Switch, but that's not happening.
The new life that it's put into for Destiny is fantastic, and like they, there's been a big issue with like Trials of Osiris and like the cheaters and like stuff like that, and they implemented the Battle Eye, which is fantastic because that's a really good
anti-cheat,
a really good anti-cheat. But they've also made it to the point where you can't play Osiris or Trials of Osiris now without the season pass. So they've implemented kind of a paywall to it too, which helps a ton. So not only do they have an anti-cheat, they also have a paywall, which is going to help a lot.
If you're going to invest money into the game, like you might as well benefit from it rather than just trying to troll people. So
and that season pass is like the easiest thing, because like $10 really isn't that bad.
Yeah,
and like all the stuff you get from it is worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like even in it now they give you enough, because I think you can buy it with dust too, can't you? Or the silver dust?
You can buy it with silver. I know that
silver,
you can.
That's okay. I couldn't remember how they had that, but like, I mean, it's worth it. At the end of the day, like it's 100% worth it, and that's even if you don't buy like the everything else with it, if you get the season pass, it's you get some good stuff with it. So
yeah, I don't know. I getting something nice every single level.
So nice.
For the first 100 levels.
You get like, I think now you get like 5 exotics. You get like you get like 5 engrams or something like that.
Yeah, and then you get quite a few of the ascendant shards. Is that what they're called? The ball one.
Or is it the shards. Yeah, ascendant shards. I think that's what
talking about.
Okay.
Ascendant shards. Yes.
Yeah.
And so like, because those are hard to come by.
My only complaint.
They are.
My only complaint is the Eververse Engrams, and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I want a cool ship. You get cool ships every time. I don't get cool ships. I don't even get like exotic, like the cool moves that you final blows. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I get rare ones, and that's like so heartbreaking to me. So I'm like, yeah, I did it. Because we got pretty high for us last time. We were in the 60s, and I was like, yeah, and it sucks to open that, and then it's like, oh, it's the super lame final
I got to
blow.
100 last time.
The Eververse thing that's always gonna be a back and forth thing, because like Destiny is technically a free to play game.
It is, yeah.
Even though you got to buy the seasons and the season pass and stuff like that, it's technically a free to play game, so they need to make money, whatever. But locking all those really awesome ships and ghosts and stuff like that to
just behind pay
to Eververse is kind of sucks.
Yeah, I wish
remember like. Good.
I wish that they had similar things with the exotic weapons, where you have the weapon quest that you can stumble upon, or that you can start just by looking for them, especially for a couple of the ghosts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I did buy the
They've,
shark
like,
one.
Oh yeah. I bought the clam one. I have the one with the clam with the Google eyes on top of it.
Oh, that one's a
That
good
one
one
was
too.
really
Like
good
that
too.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good one. Yeah. No,
I used the gingerbread cookie one.
Yeah, I really
Oh,
love that one.
that
I
one's
was
good.
really jealous when you got that one. I was like,
That's okay.
I love that
They
cookie
cost-
season. That cookie season, like those holiday
The
where you
Christmas
get to
stuff?
make
Oh,
cookies.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best. I
It's
love
fun.
it. Yeah. But go
It's
back to what
super
you were
fun.
saying with the Eververse.
I remember like early on they would give us like 4 or 5 exotic ships in a
Mhm.
season, like the
Yeah.
first couple of seasons, and you could just get them from things like
Yeah.
they would just drop, and then like I literally think it was like season. You can see like if you go and look at the collections, like season 1, 2, 3, like you have 2 or 3 exotic ships through there, and like some of them are for strikes, some of them for the raid, some of them are just there,
Yeah.
and then like one, and then at some point it's just like there's like 10 exotic ships and that's it, and it's only from Eververse,
Right.
and it's like, man, like that kind of sinks, and it's
Yeah.
I've like with me when I do those Eververse engrams now, like if he gives me a ship or a sparrow or even a ghost, they're giving me duplicates of the
Yeah.
legendary
Of the
ones
stuff
that I
that
have
you
already.
got, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like really like you gotta let those exotic ships go a little bit better. Like you need that drop rate to be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, they really want you to buy. I'm also
They
like, do
do.
people buy
It
that?
seems like
Like,
it.
I
Mhm.
guess. I mean, I know that like I'll spend for the season pass all the time. Like
Yeah.
that's not a big deal
Mhm.
to me. Because I do feel like I'm getting something out of it, and it's just like a season. It kind of reminds me of like a subscription for like a MMO.
Yeah.
Like that's not
Mhm.
that big of a deal, but like to buy like specific ships and stuff like that, I'm never motivated enough to do that one.
It has to be really
I-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I will buy, they come out with the season armor,
Mhm.
the Eververse armor every
Mhm.
time. I will buy that for at least my warlock for sure.
Yeah.
And like this season, like I only bought it for my warlock and my titan, and because honestly not a super big fan of the seasons.
Yeah, I
Eververse
wasn't
armor.
either.
Yeah.
That season's was fantastic.
It
I bought it
was.
for all 3. I loved it. But like I'll buy those, and that's like 1,500 silver. So that's
Mhm.
like, I think it's like, yeah, it's like, so I spent
$15.
45.
Oh,
Yeah, $45 across the board for that. Like
That's not bad.
that's expensive.
Oh, I was like,
Caitlin's like, whatever, man.
No, but then like last season they offered like basically like a bundle of like the theme ships. So it's like a ship and a sparrow and a ghost that are like a theme.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, they had one, and I like that, and that was like, I think that was 1,500 silver too. Like,
Mm.
and then they offer, some of the gun ornaments and different things like that throughout
Yeah.
the season, every week, and you can buy those for silver. But they also have a lot that you can buy for the dust too, which is
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where I get 90% of my stuff is like I try to save up dust and buy that. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I got my
you-
shark.
Yeah, because that was one of the
Mhm.
weekly deals, and I was like, "Oh, Caitlin, tomorrow the
'cause
shark will be on sale."
I was like, I really want
Yeah,
this
yeah.
shark one.
I was gonna say, I think there's a website that you can go to and look at
when the
like what they're predicting, like, and it's pretty on spot. Like I think they're pretty accurate on
it's
what gets
actually
sold
just
for
Bungie
dust.
employees. They like,
You just release it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
No, I know
oopsie.
there was something with the way that they did stuff. Oh, it blanked on me. Dang it.
Well,
Oh, I wish that we could. This is thing I've wanted for a long, long time, and you know what it is, because there will be stuff like that I have that he'll want, or he has something that I want, and I wish there was a way that we could like trade those things.
Oh, like a trade option? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That's the only thing I
That would be
wish.
interesting.
Yeah.
yeah, because you can't. I mean, you can trade between your different characters through the vault, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I wish that like you could make it limited, like you only get a couple of trades, and maybe it's just people in your clan or something like
Well,
that.
that's what I was gonna say.
So-
Like maybe it's the thing. It's like, oh, you're part of a clan. You can like
Mhm.
have a shared vault that you can trade stuff out of or something.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've always wondered, because like Destiny has always been, they want it to be this looter shooter MMO RPG, like they want it to be so many things,
Mhm.
and they need to, and this has always been one thing with Bungie, and I think they're doing that, is
Yeah.
they need to lean into one or the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's like, are you trying to be a competitive first person shooter, or are you trying to be a
More of an
RPG
MMO.
MMO? Yeah, whatever. Like you need to figure something out here.
Yeah.
Like they're doing a good job of like towing that line, but they need to lean one side or the other. I feel like.
Yeah, and they're very hesitant to be defined by either of them.
Yeah.
I think that because it means that they're gonna exclude a big part of their audience if they go that way. Because the thing of it is, like, if you lean into the first person shooter bit of it a little bit more, then you start pulling back on a lot of the story, a lot of the Vanguard and strikes and stuff like that. And I think that there's a huge audience of people that are like us that would be turned off by the fact that they leaned into that part of it.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, like really leaning into the MMO means that you have to set up like a marketplace and be able to balance. You have an economy to balance, and they don't have an economy to balance right now. So,
well, and that's the thing. They implement new currency every season. It seems like, or different currency every season. It seems like, and that's what I was trying. If they really want to do something like that, like they should have a marketplace, like any MMO has. But like, I don't think they could do it. Like, I really don't. I don't think they could do anything like that because it would just change the game in a point. Like, it would maybe ruin it, honestly.
Yeah, and if you do any trading, then you have to deal with the fact that people are going to trade things for real money, and you're going to have to deal with that sort of market. And virtually every single MMO that has ever dealt with that has always dealt with it poorly. Yeah. So like, it's a problem they don't want to solve, and I totally get that. Yeah.
Look, I'm just thinking of it in simple terms of me being like, look, I can trade a Pokemon that you want. So why don't you give me that super cool ship?
Yeah. No, I do wish there was a little bit more. I do wish that there was some form of trading, albeit like a very limited form of trading. Because if there was a way, like you only got a certain number of weapon trades a month or something like that. Or like they had to be in your clan. Like there's like a really high barrier of entry to be able to trade weapons with one another. I feel like that'd be fine. And you get around, like, I don't need a marketplace. People could sell things for money, but it's kind of like the Trials of Osiris. You've locked them behind a paywall. You've made it where you have to be
part of a clan.
There's just lots of stuff. So I feel like that would be nice, and it'd be really cool if like for instance, I got the ship, Caitlin really wants it, I'm not going to use it, so I either get rid of it or like it'd be nice to just throw it over there. So
look, that's all this is about, is I just really want his ship. It looks like a little bumblebee. It's super cute.
See, and that's the thing, is like there's a lot of those Eververse things are restricted to you get it once and you don't get it again.
Yeah.
So like the emotes and the gun
ornaments.
Why is that word is so hard for me for some reason?
It's such a weird one. I don't know why they picked that. So
the emotes, the ornaments, the shaders, those are one and done. The when you land, the little entrance thingy, those are one and done. Yeah. But like the ships and the sparrows and the ghosts, like those 100% could be, traded.
Yeah.
Now, like right now, like when you trade them or when you delete them, you get shards and glimmer for them, right?
Yeah.
So I guess what you could do in order to like keep it from, that would really change the economy a little bit. But like what you could do is basically if you traded that over, if the person deleted it, they wouldn't get anything for it. Yeah. It would just have to be like now I know that's probably a lot of coding that they'd have to figure out, but like, I see that being like the only thing, that you could trade. And same with guns too.
You just throw a little meta flag on it.
As our game engineer. Yeah. What how complicated would that
be? To make it where that weapon gave you nothing, it'd be, I don't know how they have anything set up, but like, you just put a little flag on it that's like, this was traded. Yeah. Okay. They do that in Pokemon, where your Pokemon will level up more quickly if it's a traded Pokemon and stuff like that. It's just a little bit of metadata that gets attached to the gun.
Thank you, resident game engineer.
Thank you, everybody.
Learn something new today.
But I think that'd be cool. But I get why they don't because of all those things. But
absolutely.
Let's see. We actually went through a lot of my questions without even having to direct the conversation. We did class usages.
Yeah.
Done. Mm-hmm. We talked about the story in Zavathun and Osiris. Done.
And I asked that. I did mess up.
You did. I did the raid question. We talked about weapon crafting. And there's a lot there, guys.
I'm excited for I can't wait to see what happens with the Witch Queen, because I feel like that's really going to change Destiny a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's almost like pushing out a
about
Destiny 3, but without it being a 3.
Well, we're not quite there yet.
It's about to blow the doors open.
Oh, I think so.
They're there, and it's Sad News about to kick them in and say hello. Like it's
Yeah.
the end of this season. Like it's gonna take forever, but the end of this season is just gonna be insane. I feel like.
I think so too.
Like
Yeah.
their storytelling that has been going on for the past like
Forever.
probably 2 or 3 seasons, like building up to this, like has just gotten better and better and better.
Oh, I
And
agree.
it's just I can't wait. Like,
I feel like
go ahead. Oh, well,
you go ahead.
I was gonna say I felt like I was a little disappointed in their storytelling whenever they were doing the Cade 6 stuff, and I still just don't quite understand why they killed him. I don't feel like it's still been that.
He had to go do Buck from Halo 5.
Yeah, I know.
Halo
343 stole him back.
I know, they were jerks.
He got busy with what is that? What's the TV show that he's on now?
Oh yeah, that like The Rookie or something like that. Yeah. It felt really weird to me. But I really liked how they picked it up after that.
Yeah.
Because all of these seasons, I was really into the one with Zavala finding out that Crow was still alive. And a lot of the cutscenes that they had with that, I thought they were really well done.
That one, that one was one of my favorites. I thought the season of Splicer was very good.
I've enjoyed playing the season of the Splicer a lot.
All of that stuff with Lakshmi was good shit.
That season was interesting because yes, it was a world building season. Like, they were setting stuff up for us.
Yeah,
but it also was kind of like touching on a lot of real life stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Which was kind of cool. Like that was really like, that was really interesting on how they were able to tie like, okay, this is a video game, it's pixels, whatever, but this is actually happening in real life too. Like this is what people have to deal with constantly.
Yeah.
And it kind of hit home. And I think that's why that season was so good was like, damn, like these writers it's so good, and they know what's going on.
I know, and they went and they took like a character like Saint 14 and fucking they made him they were able to twist it back and be like, oh, you just like you were surviving, like that shit was difficult and stuff like that, and now that we can see past the bullshit.
It's like he realizes like, yes, like what I did was wrong. Like at the time it's what we had to do, but I know it was wrong. And you are our people. Like it's like that line at the end of that was like,
that was pretty powerful.
Like, that was good. Like they did a good job with
and that ending cutscene with Mithrax and him like just taking out the Vex there at the very end, that was some choice shit.
Right.
So
it was.
You're like, Osiris, what are you doing?
You're staying on the building. What are you doing?
So no, I'm super excited, and I do think that their storytelling's got better. And I think that with a 6-month season, I think what we're gonna get. I hope, maybe we won't, but I feel like we're gonna get like checkpoints that are gonna be pretty big. Whereas this last season felt so tiny and quick that we kind of got the beginning, and then I think we got something kind of in the middle, and then the end.
Yeah.
And I think this one we're definitely gonna get like checkpoints at the end of a couple of months, and then like just to break it up a little bit.
I know we'll get Season of Lost in October sometime. That'll be a week or two worth of stuff, and then we'll get the holiday season stuff like the end of December, January, somewhere around there. So like we'll have a break of storytelling, but like I also think that like the story is just gonna keep ramping up over the next few months.
Oh yeah,
just like,
and I think that they'll definitely use those moments to be like, oh, this is a big thing. We're gonna here's another larger part of the story. So.
And there's still a lot of stuff that like the data miners can't find right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
love that.
Literally, they can't see it, and that's a new thing because used to Bungie was like, whatever, it's in there, it's in the game. We're not going to hide it, but they're like, apparently all of this stuff
they're pretty tight-lipped
season, and like it's in there, and no one can find it.
How they've really built up the Witch Queen, I feel like they really don't want people to spoil it.
Oh yeah.
Which is I'm happy with, especially because like this season, you guys heard the big leak the past few months that was leading up to all of this. Like basically was getting a lot of stuff correct. And with the anniversary stuff that's coming up, and like all of last season's stuff, and some of this other things like that, like it's been nailing everything so far, like on the head. And I think since that came out, Bungie has been real like
they're pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mad about it, and like they're like, yeah, you guys aren't getting anything from us. Like you got your leak. That's all you're gonna get.
Well, that's the thing.
You did this.
I
you
really
did this.
don't like data. I really don't like data miners because what I've seen with a lot of data mining is that they end up doing the thing of like, see, they're a bad company because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Because I know that happens a lot with Pokemon. They're like, they're not giving us everything. And I've seen people complain about it with other games. And I'm like, just enjoy the game. Because that's what they've also done with Cyberpunk and everything that CD Projekt Red has gone through with their leaks. It just sucks because I think it takes something that's special and it just downgrades it because people pour so much. Like, these are games and seasons and ideas that are built over not just months, but years.
Yeah.
Like, they've been mapping this out. They've been planning this out. This has been their goal since Destiny 1. And obviously...
Savathun has been in the game, like, since Destiny 1. Like, we've been talking about her literally since day one, basically.
Yeah. And I just think it's really disrespectful to a lot of the people that are pouring their time into it.
It is so much work to make it where people can't get access to that. If you wanted to just make a game and really like not give a shit, like you put it all in, you name it what you're gonna name it, and you put it in before so that people don't have to download it when it's time. And so now they have to come up with like systems and like a way to obfuscate the code, a way to make it where the things that are going to unveil that aren't even available to people, they'll get downloaded like the night before.
Yeah.
Like it's very frustrating from a development perspective to have to future-proof just so people don't ruin the game for people.
Yeah.
And
even then, with all the work, like it's still not super future-proof because there was a post on Reddit last night on the Raid Secrets where a guy was able to get to that new weapon, the new scepter weapon.
Yeah.
He couldn't pick it up, but he got to it.
Yeah.
And basically by kind of breaking the game, essentially, like the main quest, he like did it and then deleted it while he was in there, and then like went and picked it up, and he was able to like finish the whole quest, literally the whole thing.
Yeah.
And get to the scepter. It was a shield or whatever blocking it, so he couldn't actually pick it up. But it's there. It's like it's still in the game. It's just behind a door.
Yeah.
It's still hard to, even with all the precautions, dude. It's still, people can do that stuff.
I mean, it's just frustrating because like if you want those things to be available to people, when they're available to people, they have to be there in the game before people can access to them. Like you have to like give the data to everybody, and then you're just like, please don't. Just wait.
Right? Or just
hold on.
Be patient.
But like, there's nothing you can do. Like, because
there's not.
So any DLC stuff like that, it's so painful. It's so painful. So
yeah. I definitely feel for the developers. Like, I have no idea what they have to go through, but I understand. Like, it sucks sometimes.
Yes.
People just want to ruin things because they love it so much.
I know. So excited for what's to come, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I totally get it. I just like, I know as someone who's the idea of building something for so long, it just sucks that it gets spoiled because people are so excited. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like you want people to be excited, but you're like, I made this for you, just enjoy it.
Yeah. You also don't want them to get too hyped by their own expectations.
Oh,
so
that
like
too.
it's like straight up. I was like, I saw the scepter, guys. I know what it does. It does this, and then all this other stuff. And they're like, Bungie's like, no, it doesn't. Where are you getting?
That's happened. That's happened so much with Destiny. Like literally since D1, like people have come to these conclusions and made these assumptions, and they get so overhyped with stuff, and then they're disappointed when it comes out and it didn't meet their expectations. Like, well, you set those expectations.
Yeah.
Bungie didn't say crap.
Yeah.
Like,
Bungie
didn't
was
say anything.
Bungie actually said no, not that.
Yeah. It came out was like, no, it doesn't. Oh, man.
So.
Yeah.
But no, I love Destiny, and we're gonna keep playing it.
We are. We're excited.
Still be filthy casuals. So.
Like you said, now that it's crossplay. Yeah.
I've been playing this game for 7 years.
Yeah.
Since D1 came out. Like I'm not gonna quit anytime soon, and I don't think the game's gonna go away anytime soon. Like I mean, if they plan on making a third one, which they've said they haven't, but it's like, the Destiny 2 is going to be the evolving world kind of thing, which is fine with me. Because if they keep going at the rate they're going, like, it's fantastic and I love it. Yep. And I can't wait to see what else they got going on.
So I'm going to ask the true hard-hitting last question of the show.
Okay.
With your 7 years of dedication, when are you getting that Destiny 2 tattoo?
Funny thing, me and Jess have actually talked about that. Because I want tattoos, and I'm getting some soon. It's gonna kind of be a thing. But I've had ideas, and most of mine are basically wrapped around the games that have kind of made me. The games that I've played growing up, the games that have brought me to be who I am, and Destiny is one of them. And I'm going back and forth so much. Is do I want the logo? Do I want a awesome actual warlock? Do I want a scene on a tattoo, or do I want what do I want? And it's I've gone back and forth so much on that, because I'm it has to be Destiny will be a tattoo that gets me it's on my body somewhere.
It has to. Yeah.
It's
go time.
Destiny, Halo, those are Spyro, those 3 games right there will be somewhere on my body.
That's a great 3 combination of games. That's
if only
all
Bungie
3
had made Spyro too.
Spyro is so good. Exactly. That was something me and my little sister played a lot together. So hearing Spyro in that list, I'm
you're hell yeah. My
game. Dead Space tattoo, but that might be a little weird.
Yeah, you can get the what is that monolith thing? Just don't get anything else. There you go.
Get a little ghost right here, so then it always brings you back. You're can't die.
You can't die. You got a little ghost.
Yep.
Love it.
Jeez.
No, this was great. Thank you so much for joining us again and talking about Destiny.
Me.
Yes, it's always such a pleasure.
I literally can talk about it all day, every day, and I know people get tired of hearing. I know Jess gets tired of me talking about it, so it's good to talk to.
She's wrong.
To people that understand it.
But you just got to get her into it, okay?
I've tried. She's I can't do the controller.
No.
We'll give her a mouse and keyboard then.
It's crossplay now. It's because I have other friends, and now their husbands always played, and now they're playing because they're oh, it's crossplay. So he told me I can play on his PC while he plays on his PlayStation. And I think we can.
That's the thing is, I got the Xbox right here. She can just hop on.
We just need to get. We'll do a raid with married couples.
Yeah.
Well,
how you draw her in is you're just oh, you can make this really pretty, cute, adorable character. Warlocks look super cool.
Yeah.
You get the blue skin, or I think they even have purple and stuff. And you can. I always choose the bluish green one with red hair or pink hair.
Man, I haven't done the character creation since D. My characters still look the same that they looked in D1.
Who'd you pick? Did you pick EXO, the best one?
So my warlock, if my warlock is awoken, my titan is human, and my hunter is EXO.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. At least you did one EXO.
Yeah, you're an EXO. I forgot that you're an EXO.
I'm a robot man.
Yeah.
I picked that. I was hell yeah.
Yeah, and I was Warlock. Oh yeah.
I remember I didn't really care about my hunter too much. I still don't really care about him too much, but I took the helmet off. I took the helmet off of my hunter the other day, and I remember that I made him look really stupid. The EXO that has the bullet hole at the top of his head and stuff like that, and I was wow, why did I do that?
Wow, that's just unkind, is what.
I know. So the hunter always has to keep his helmet on because he just looks ridiculous.
Oh, poor
he's been hurt.
Yeah. No, I know we will. We will definitely be talking about this again, and we will have you back on whenever Witch Queen comes out, because
absolutely,
that's going to be. I'm very pumped for that season. I can't wait to see what happens, but it just feels like it's the next level of Destiny, and I'm excited to see where they're going with it. So,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, do you want to let him promote him?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. We promoted you to host last week, so, maybe you should have done this yourself, but
listen, I've never hosted anything before.
You're right. It was your mistake.
It's not ours, No.
Yeah,
Is there anything you'd like to promote? Because we would love more people to get to see you.
I mean, if I ever get back into streaming again, I do have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DustlessPath_15. I don't really do a whole lot of YouTube stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. But I also have twitter.com/DustlessPath.
Dustless Path, everywhere you go. But hopefully you'll continue to see him on our YouTube channel. Maybe we've debated doing some Destiny streams. We'll see. We used to do them. We did a few Destiny streams when we did Twitch back in the day, but I don't know. We've just streaming sometimes is hard, especially when you have a dog that likes to.
No, I get it. Trust me, I understand that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we will see you guys next week. What are we talking about?
Stuff.
Bye.
Perfect.